鬼滅の刃日の神血風炭。頑張れ炭治郎。
Is it working? Is it working? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Is it working? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. All right. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this works. Yep, it does. Hello, everybody. My name is DIU1999, and I got a fucking PS5. I had it for a while. I've just been busy with a lot of bullshit on my plate, and frankly, I am back. Now, playing Demon Slayer, as you can see, but I am mostly here to talk about a couple things. KOF15 beta, Project L, and DNF Duel. Now, as a member of the FGC, or I should say, not a member of the FGC, because the FGC is really shitty right now, and it's a fucking loophole of shit. But basically, I'm gonna be talking about KOF15 and the other stuff I said. So let's get to it. KOF15 beta. I was excited for KOF15. I never played a KOF game. I played a little bit of 13, but I didn't know what to expect with KOF15. I thought I was gonna suck at it, but then they had the option to do one-on-one fights, and I was like, maybe I got a chance. There's a skill fucking, like, ceiling or gap or whatever the fuck you want to talk in that game. And people are like, oh no, it's easy, you mash buttons. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I can fucking TOD someone. I TOD'd someone, I fucking dominated them, and I got a big fucking comeback. I made a comeback too, and I grabbed someone out of their supers. Like, you can do some insane shit in that game, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I know people are going to hate that game on release, because people either hate SNK or like SNK. Now, I'm going to be real, I was abhorrent towards SNK, because the last game they made was Samurai Showdown, and if you don't know the facts about that game, it was dead in less than a month. It was dead in like a couple of weeks. That game was dead, buried in like a fucking couple of weeks. It is one of the fastest fighting game deaths I have ever witnessed in the modern era. Another one is GG Strive, but, you know, if anyone tells you, oh, Strive is still alive, oh, I know so much. Strive is living. And the pros don't give a shit. The casual audience doesn't give a shit, so no one gives a shit. People are just, you know, it's mostly a small, like, group of people with Strive. But anyway, but back to KOF15. I fucking love KOF15. I am very excited for the full game. I like the characters, I like the gameplay, I like the interactions between them, I like their personalities, I'm very intrigued. My one thing is I kind of want, I don't know a lot about KOF lore, I kind of want Rock Howard, because people keep telling me Rock is cool, and I want Rugal and Geese in that game. We got like fucking 4 or 5 characters reveals left, so I'm just waiting. I hope it's fucking like Rock Howard, Geese, and Rugal. But I doubt that. We also got DLC teams, which is kind of interesting. 3 characters each on each team. They already announced 2 teams, so that's like 6 characters. I hope it gets a lot of support, because honestly, it's really fun. Another thing about KOF15 is I really like the kind of like footsie kind of game of it. My friend and I were playing it, and he's more into like Tekken and stuff like that. And I kind of destroyed him. He couldn't even get a round in on me. I mean, if he's listening, I feel bad, but it's true. I grabbed him out of the super, I fucking dominated the shit out of him as multiple characters in one-on-ones. And it was fun. It was really fun. Like, the combos feel satisfying, rewarding, the characters are cool, and, yeah. But, that was my KOF15 demo experience, beta, whatever. It was really good, and I really hope it does well. I know it's probably not gonna do well, because whatever fucking fighting games I like, people tend to shit on, like, you know, MK11 or fucking, you know, all that shit. But I really hope KOF15 does really well. The next thing I'm going to talk about is I'm gonna talk about fucking Project L. Now, Project L is perfectly fucking titled, in my opinion, because it describes how fucking the game is. Now, that game has fucking FGC up in arms right now, because they're like, it's the future of fighting games! The future is female type shit. Anyway, but basically, the game looks fucking crap, and the people who the two twin guys who own League of Legends, I also want a disclaimer, I don't know a lot about League of Legends. I tried getting into it once, and it's fun, but it's very fucking toxic. Project L, they kept describing some shit. It looks like a really basic button mashy type fighter. It's 2-on-2, which I thought of Infinite, and thinking of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is a bad thing. Because MVCI is really, really bad. And, not only that, when they were describing the game, they were describing the netcode, and they're like, oh, rollback, and rollback's such a revolutionary thing of fighting games. And I'm like, yeah, every fighting game in the modern era should have rollback, or at least some form of good netcode. A lot of fighting games don't, from the big companies, like Arc, but you know. We'll talk about them later, and yeah. But Project L, they described the character who looked like a Rushdown type character as a zoner, and I'm like, as soon as I thought that, I was thinking like, hello fellow kids, stuff like that. It was like the most pathetic fucking thing ever. And but yeah, it was the most pathetic thing I have like ever seen described in a fucking fighting game. And they're both like the big ass devs, right? They should know everything, basically. They described this character as a zoner. He's got one projectile, and his whole stick is that he can rewind time, and fucking, he's a rushdown character. My friend and I described him as a rushdown character. He's a rushdown character. How the hell do you describe this character as a fucking a zoner when he's got one projectile, and it's a utility projectile? Not even like a standard projectile, it's a utility projectile. Like, what the fuck do you mean is a zoner? A zoners are characters who are made on projectiles and have really good projectiles. The fuck? So clearly, Project L developed, people making it have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, and they have no idea what the fuck they're doing because the game looks really fucking boring. But you know, it's alpha, but people are like, oh, I'm losing my shit 2v2, and I'm like, this is like fucking MVCI again. The way to describe it, I'm like, the only good thing about Project L for me is that we might get a Smite fighting game, because Smite's a game that deserves a fighting game. League of Legends doesn't need a fighting game. In fucking Smite, there are different types of characters that even have, there's projectile-based characters, there's fucking fast-ass characters, there's heavies with fucking big-ass weapons. Smite has literally the perfect design for a fighting game. There are no characters with like guns as far as I know in Smite. I haven't played Smite in years too, so I don't know. But still, it's fucking insane. Project L just looks like it's gonna be a flop. I'm way more excited for like Corrupt or any of the other indie fighting games, because my opinion on fighting games is that a lot of the modern big budget fighting games are kind of crap. Not the kind of crap, they are crap. They're not as good as like the indie fighters have so much heart into it. Like right now I'm playing a fucking indie fighting game on my PC. It's a Star Wars game called Force Combat. Now, even if you're not into Star Wars, I highly recommend you look it up to see what I mean. That game has like AAA quality shit in it. And it's a very cool game. It's a very button mashy game though, that's my one issue kinda. It's really hyper button mashy. It's fun though. It's simple but fun. And it's made by one guy. One guy made that, which is really, like, blows me away. And, yeah. So basically, indie fighters kind of are doing better than, like, the AAA fighters, and I believe it, because I can see, like, a lot of the big fighting games no one gives a flying fuck about anymore. Boop. Boop. Okay, nice. Anyway, that's... Oh yeah, when they also describe the netcode, it's like a single type thing they're gonna link to the League of Legends servers, which sounds like a giant pain in the ass to do. Which makes people like, oh, that makes sense. No, it's not. What if League goes down? What if fucking the Fighters goes down? What if they both go down? You know what I mean? Like, it's not a good thing. And yeah, Projectile looks like it's gonna be a fucking bomb, like a dud. And the final thing I kind of want to discuss after I beat the fuck out of Rui. Oh, you bitch. Let's see if I can get a fucking good old in this great combo. Okay, as I was saying, so we talked about how KOFXV was the bomb. We also talked about how fucking Projectile is an L, basically. It looks really shitty, and the people who are making it have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. DNF Duel. Now, my opinion on arc fighting games is essentially arc fighting games haven't been good since Guilty Gear Rev 2. And that's really fucking obvious. Fighters is kind of a baby game. I know people don't like to admit, no, it's fucking fun. No, it's so in-depth. And it's like, no, you're just spamming like 2 buttons in a corner. It's so fucking engaging. Ugh. God damn. Ugh. And anyway, that's Fighters unless I'll just spamming 2 buttons in the corner. Then you got Grand Blue, which was a fucking shitty game. Blaz Blue Cross Tag, which the best thing about that game is that it had a tank in it, if I remember. And Strive, which Strive is the most overrated fighting game of all time. It's shit. It's okay. No, to be honest, it's not a bad game. It's not like SF5 bad, but it takes so much from SF5. Like, it's really watered down. It's really basic. It's not as fast as Rev 2. It's fucking boring. It's really, really fucking boring. No, I play it. I kind of like it at my friend's. I played at my friend's house. It's really fucking boring. And the kind of thing is, I feel like if they add the things I want to it, the fucking community is gonna lose their shit. I want overkills. No, fucking community does not want overkills. I want more interesting combo paths. No, keep it simple. I want more interesting gameplay and fucking cool things. No! Keep it simple, keep it stupid. Duh! But it hasn't been good since Rev 2. DNF Fighters looks really cool. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm actually kind of excited for the DNF fighters. The new trailer with the guy with the guns made me want to play it. Some of the characters look cool. The thing is that I'm a little skeptical with DNF fighters is the whole customize fighter thing and how there aren't specific characters and you can customize them. That's what, according to a lot of people in the comments, are saying. And they apparently played DNF, the original game. Now, if they act like this is trying to be new or an interesting take, no. Customizable fighters have been in games since 2018, 19. You know who made them, and you know what I'm gonna say who made them. NetherRealm has done this thing already. Now, is it a bad idea? No. But my issue is how well it's being incorporated into an Arc Sys game. Now, Arc Sys games have a lot of whack-ass shit in it. Trust me, there's weird bugs, weird glitches, weird shit. Now, I'll if there's a fucking beta for this game, I will play it. I'm gonna put way more time than I did into Strive on it, because I'm actually interested. But if the game is shit, I'm gonna call it out. Or if it's really boring, and a lot of characters feel the same or look the same, because a lot of characters in Arc Sys games are the same, then I will call it out. But DNF Fighters has my interest with the design. It looks beautiful, I'll give them that. It looks better than Strive. That's for shit sure. Definitely has my invest in. Boom! Ooh. Ooh, nice counter. But basically, those are my opinions on the newer games. KOFXV looks like a banger. Project Duel looks like shit, and I'm in between on DNF Fighters. Those are like the big games, though. Now I'm gonna talk about some AAA games in a minute to go into another kind of topic that I'm gonna add. I wasn't gonna talk about this, but frankly, this is really short, and I gotta talk about it to get like my fucking full-fledged opinions on this. After I fucking kill this guy. Alright. Now, I don't know in the FGC or anything else, but there are a lot of cool indie fighting games gonna come out soon. I hope they come out at least. They showed footage for them. KOFXV is one of them. I brought that up early. KOFXV looks really cool. Now, I'm gonna admit, the guy making it has some pretty dumb shit. But I'm talking like the game it looks itself, like the game, how it looks and feels itself. That looks really cool. KOFXV, and if you don't know KOFXV, please fucking look it up. You're not gonna be disappointed. Even the early gameplay trailers look really cool. Like, it looks like Metal Revolution. Like, if you don't know what Metal Revolution, it's a robot fighter that had a beta a while back. I think that game looked really kind of stiff, like gameplay-wise, but hopefully they improve, because like that game, like look-wise, like aesthetically, looks cool. But yeah, I'm gonna get way more deep into this. I'm trying to fucking get this Ren Goku. Hakai Sats! Yes, ski! Boop in the ribs. Gotta love that. He's too fast! Even the camera can't catch up with him. And ski! Nice. Nice. God, I can't wait for the next two demons. Nice. But, I'm just gonna leave it on this fucking victory screen, let the music play. So, yeah. I was talking about the other fucking, the other demo, like, the other indie fighting games, I don't know if you know about, are like KOFXV, Metal Revolution. They have rollback, and, you know, people are, like, losing their shit. But, yeah. Rollback should have been a thing that's been implemented, like, since, like, fucking MKX. I don't know why other fighting games took this long to realize. SF5 is a good example. Like that game, if that game had rollback, I swear to God, that game could have became like a 6 or a 7, just because of rollback. But no. It's got to have shitty internet. It's got to have shitty servers and shitty mechanics too. That don't even make it good. What else? We have Corrupt, which is... I keep bringing up Corrupt, because Corrupt looks cool. Like, if you look up Corrupt gameplay, you'll know what the hell I'm talking about. We also got... What else? I gotta look up, like, a list of indie fighters, because they'll bring up some good games. Let me see. Oh my god, a stupid trailer. There's Corrupt, yeah, I keep... Multiverses looks cool, too. I gotta keep... Multiverses looks really good. I really wasted money on getting, stupid fucking... A stupid fucking, game that was Nicktoons ASB. Nicktoons ASB was such a waste of money. And effort, to be honest. It could have been pretty good, but it was shit. Metal Revolution, King of Fighters looks really good. Die by the Blade looks really cool. And Melty Blood, people keep telling me to get. I'm not into it. Prodsdale is shit. Hellish Court, yeah, no, they didn't have it. But yeah, a lot of these indie fighting games are definitely, they look better. They're getting really good. They're playing really nice. All I gotta say is the future is indie fighting games. It's not these AAA companies. Because these AAA companies, they don't give a flying fuck anymore. These big fighting game companies, Capcom does not give a shit. Arc does not give a shit. The Project L does not give a shit. They act like they know what they give a shit. And then these fucking FGC people eat it up. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of fucking people in the FGC act like they know what the fuck they're talking about when they don't. They don't. And be like, oh, what's your credentials? I've been playing fighting games longer than most of these people. My first fighting game was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 in an arcade. Not in the 90s, in the fucking 2000s. That's my shit. Then I went on to play a bunch of PS2 fighting games, a bunch of Street Fighters, Dirt Strike, 4, fucking... Even Classic 2 on the HD Remastered. These classic fucking games. You know, familiarize myself with the games. I played 5. Waste of fucking time and effort that was. I played Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat 11. Good trilogy. Really good trilogy, NRS. Even though NRS gets a shit ton of hate on 11. Yeah. Like fucking Strive can do any better. I played one Guilty Gear game, and that's all I need. Or actually, no. Technically, I'm wrong. I played 2 Guilty Gear games. Revelator and Rev 2. I think they're the same, though. No, it's Sign. Sign, I'm an idiot. I played Guilty Gear Sign, which is really good, and Guilty Gear Rev 2, which is a fucking similar game with more characters and better design. That's what Strive... Honestly, if Strive had better, like, more moves for each character, and if the gameplay was as fast as Rev 2, and insta-kills were really good for these characters, and the supers weren't dog shit, and the game just didn't have a bunch of crappy mechanics and stupid shit, it would be cool. When people act like you can do all this cool shit with the Roman cancels, which they can't even tell the difference apart, by the way. People can't tell the difference between an RRC and a BRC. And if you think you know what it is, please tell me in the comments below that you actually know what it is and what it means and how it works. Because I'll be intrigued and I'll call you out if you're like, oh, this does this. And because this pro, Sonic Fox told me. And I'm like, no, he's wrong. Look up on the Fighters Dictionaries. That's actually kind of accurate if you actually look up. We have a fighting game dictionary now. That's so fucking dumb, but also kind of really funny. It's weird. It's weird. But I've been just busy working my ass off, doing my shit. I barely got enough time to do. I'm trying to play Prototype 1. I just got done with the KOF15 beta. It was really good. I really wish there were more characters and more gameplay, but it was really, really fun. I'm going to upload some of that footage. I beat Judgment. That was a really good game. I beat Ratchet & Clank. The only like missed game on my PS5 right now is Nicktoons and maybe Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk was okay, but I dropped it like a bad habit because I just kept having more games come out. But yeah, Demon Slayer is really good too. I'm playing it on and off because I'm trying to do other shit. I'm gonna go probably play more Prototype after I'm done with the stream. But yeah, oh yeah, Dragon Ball game. Dead by Daylight, and a shittier version of Dead by Daylight, which is already shitty enough. It better be, like, free. It has to be free. That's the only way I would play it. Like, $30 to free. And even then, I'm gonna be like, $30? Oh. Project L is a tag team fighter. Oh, I know everything because I maxed on that. Bleh. I like the guy, but he's changed. You could tell his opinions changed, his personality has changed. He's not the cool guy. We all knew he thinks he knows what he's talking about, but he was the casual, and then he became the snarky pro. Oh my god, I'm looking at this thing. 1.5 things. Yes, because Project L looks so good. The funny thing too is that this guy chose this image in the Project L. It's not even a Project L image because no characters in Project L look that good. Project L is SF5 levels of shit. Like, Jesus. So bad. So bad. It's irony, but it's funny. I've just been done, man. I've just been done with the hypocrisy in the FGC, the hypocrisy of the people playing fighting games. Like, they act like they know what they're talking about. They don't. They don't. Like, I'm sick of like generic games this year. What happened to like the cult classics? Like, I keep telling people these games should come back too. Like, I'm saying we should get a new Darkstalkers, we should get a new Def Jam, we should get all these creative ass games, and they all fucking are dead, and they probably won't come back. Why? Because stupid IPs and Fortnite and memes, and I sound like a fucking idiot a little bit, but no, like, just people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The modern era, people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Moral of the story: a good fighting game should have good, clean supers, good, clean graphics, really engaging, fast, and/or slow gameplay, depending on the type of game it is. And I believe that every fighting game should be unique, not just a slack-jawed version of another fighting game like fucking SF5. Basically, I don't even think you know what I'm talking about, friend. You came in at a weird time because I'm about to close up. But Project L looks like shit. DNF Fighter looks really good. KOF15 is really hype. These games are going to be the future of the fighting game community, but the fighting game community is already ruined. So, what do you expect? What else do I want to talk? Actually, basically, just fighting games on the monitor need to do more and be more unique than just SF5 clones and SF5 baby fighting games. Ark, if you screw up DNF fucking fighters, I will never buy a game from you again. And I made that promise with Strive. And I swear, if you fuck up DNF fighters, you are one of the most you are the new Capcom. That's all I'm gonna say. Fucking, if Ark screws up they're the new Capcom. Do better.